Yo, what do you do, YouTube? It's your boy Candela 420 back in another video. And today we had to talk about the Joel Embid get stripped of the Finals MVP. Now, as we all know, Jokic is now back-to-back MVP. For whatever reason, in my opinion, I think Jokic is a better player than Embiid overall. Now, Embiid, of course, is a better defender than Jokic, and I tend to take guys that are better defenders than certain players, but in this aspect, I'm going Jokic. But that doesn't mean I thought Jokic should have won MVP this past season, because I think just what Embiid did, man, this whole season, being consistent, even when, the Ben Simmons thing was going on earlier in their season, and just for him to keep that Philly team, afloat, and even top four in the conference in itself was impressive by Joel Embid. Now Jokic, you can say Jokic efficiency, numbers, assists, rebounds. We can throw all that in there if you want to go with that. Now Embiid averaged more points than Jokic, but as far as I got to see who averaged more rebounds. I'm pretty sure it was Jokic that averaged more rebounds than Embiid. Assists, of course, we know Jokic averaged more assists than Joel Embid. But this year I would have went with Joel Embid, just the fact because all what has been going on with that Philly team all season, and for them to just still be in a position, to win. To win is impressive in itself. And then them in the playoffs, of course, them not being able to not win without Joel Embiid shows how important Joel Embiid is to this team. And Joel Embiid this year, he impressed me. He is impressing me, man, because I didn't see Joel Embiid at this level, mentally. Mentally, he's just at another level. I think losing a couple times in the past years helped him, say, I got to take this shit serious. Stop playing around. I can be the best player in the league if because he already has the talent to do that. To be the best player in the league, it's just all about him mentality, putting that together, and yeah, man, just all about him putting all together and say, I can be the best player on any given night, best player on the court at any given night. And man, I just thought what Embiid did all season without Ben Simmons, without Harden, keeping that Philly team afloat. Even them going through all that, bro, going through all the trade, they had to trade Ben Simmons, to get Harden, and for him to still just be dominant all season, consistent through the regular season, it impressed me. I'm not gonna lie, because I thought I did not see it. Well, I saw it in Embid, of course, because you can't deny his talent. He can do pretty much everything on the court. pretty much do everything on the court, like like a Jokic. But yeah, man, I just thought Embiid really he did get robbed this year, honestly, and that's probably. And this is why, bro. We should just stop letting these media people vote, bro. Let the players or something vote. I know they did it in the past. Let the players, somebody who needs to know basketball and not biased, bro. Cause all this shit is a bias, bro. Like, I don't know why they don't like Joel Embiid. You know, I thought the media loved Joel Embiid for some reason. They like him because they love his teammate Harden. They don't criticize him about nothing. James Harden James Harden gets more passes than any superstar probably to ever play the game. From the media, now the fans, of course, they be on his neck, but media, they ride James Harden. I thought they would do the same thing to Embiid, but I guess they don't like Embiid. That's what we're seeing and they just love Jokic. But I know they used to have the players that they used to vote all this shit, but there was some bias in that too. So it's like this shit they just let the fans strictly vote. Like they do the fucking All-Star game and stop letting all these media people. Cause the fans, they gonna tell you. The fans is gonna have a little bias in it, but most of the fans gonna be like, oh, what this dude has been doing all this season. The fans are gonna have, they're gonna pick the guys to win. They probably gonna, I think it's best to go with the fans. Cause they'll pick the right, then do it like kinda like they do the All-Star game in that aspect. But just having media, these media, especially today's media, like having these niggas vote, like, it's just crazy. Cause these niggas is hella biased these days. Shannon Sharp and these niggas, all these niggas. Shannon Sharp are messing around and vote LeBron. LeBron ain't even in the conversation. Like, Skip will vote KD. KD ain't even in the damn conversation of being MVP. Like, that's just the bias. And Nick Wright, all them niggas are go there and vote LeBron James. He ain't even there. They'll say they voted for this person, but in reality, they go up there and vote LeBron. LeBron ain't even in the conversation of the MVP. I'm just speaking hypothetically. What these, media people do. And a lot of media people may love Jokic over Embiid, but just keeping it real, like, I think Jokic is a better player than Embiid. But this season, nigga, Joel Embiid was the best player arguably in the league. Outside of what, Giannis doing what he doing. But Giannis really just coasting the whole season. He wasn't as dominant as he is now in the playoffs like he was in the regular season. Like he was in the playoffs, like he is now in the regular season. But man, just having these biased ass people vote for this shit, bro, it's crazy. It's like it takes the fun out, bro. Like, they are so biased, bro. They're so biased, bro. Like, I don't know why you don't like certain players, bro. But you have to, if you don't like a player, like, you have to admit that if that player had a good season or a great season, MVP type season, you gotta give him his credit, bro. Embiid, like, this probably gonna be. Well, I'm not gonna say that because Embiid was in the MVP conversation last year, but his best chance of winning was probably this year. But because we have media bias and this and all this bullshit. This shit just really pissed me off. Like that Embiid didn't win because I wanted him to win. And I'm not even a big Embiid fan, but I just wanted, cause like I wanted him to get that shine, that MVP. Just because he's been playing so great, you can't deny this shit. And I know he's coming back off an injury in the playoffs right now. He been kind of like rusty and because he's banged up. But give the nigga his credit, bro. He's been the best, arguably the best player in the league all season. But these niggas wanna, because they so biased, they wanna pick this nigga over this nigga. Oh, Jokic do this better than no, bro. You just have to call that shit straight down the middle, nigga. Jokic, okay, we get he have Jamal Murray and MPJ, but it still don't take the fact that Joel Embid was doing this shit all season, been dominant all season. Now Jokic, his numbers say he was dominant all season, but I watched a couple games where Jokic wasn't as dominant. Like to be honest, he wouldn't the game they beat the 76ers. Jokic wasn't even dominant. He wasn't even doing nothing like that. He was just, getting his teammates involved a little bit more. But it was Bones Highland that really won that game against Philly. Now that may be the game they probably looked at and said, well, Jokic beat Embiid, so he's the MVP. Because I know how these media people think. Like, it ain't obvious that they'll do some bullshit like that. Jokic won a game against Embid. Bro, so it's the regular season, bro. Like, I know it's a regular season award, but bro, go by the whole season, not just one game. They only played one game anyway. They in a different conference than each other. Duh. Like, bro, I just hate these media people. Then they get on TV and talk this old bull capping ass shit. Like, shit's crazy, bro. Anyways, bro, that's all I got for. I do think Embid was robbed, and again, I'm not really an Embid fanboy. So you niggas on the comments coming down here talking about, oh, Jokic did had all these numbers. I don't want to hear that, nigga. I told you niggas I like Jokic over Embiid, but being realistic, Joel Embiid should have won MVP this year, and that's that. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. I'm out.